Luthor is one of the oldest engines who works on the island of Sodor. He may not be as old as Edward or any other elderly engines, but he is proud to work on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. He pulls coaches and cars, and he wears a dark black coat, just like Donald and Douglas, and he wears a number 35 on his coal bunker. One day, Luthor arrived at the sheds to see Sir Topham Hatt. He had just arrived from the Powerpuff Girls fanbase after 2 years. Sir Topham Hatt was very pleased to see him again. "Alright, Luthor, since you're finally back, I've decided to give you a special." "What sort of special?" "I want you to collect some apples from Maithwaite to Wellsworth." "Yes, sir." And Luthor puffed away. By the time Luthor arrived at Maithwaite, the station master was there. "Be careful with those apples, Luthor. The vicar told me that they need a smooth ride, otherwise they'll get bruised." "Oh, you can count on me, sir." And with that, Luthor blew his whistle and puffed away carefully out of Maithwaite. Luthor soon took the apples past by the lakeside, then past the sheds. He was having a wonderful time. But on his way to Wellsworth, Luthor had to encounter Gordon's Hill. Luthor forgot how steep Gordon's Hill was, and halfway up, his pistons rattled and his traction rods rocked. His body swayed side to side, and at last, Luthor had to stop. "Oh, bother." Not long later, Edward soon came to help. "Why have you stopped, Luthor? What's the matter?" "I have a problem, Edward. It's just that whenever I climb up hills, I start to shudder and shake. Then I have to stop." "Oh, me. I'm sorry about that. I can help you with the train." "Thanks, Edward." And buffer to buffer, Luthor and Edward started to puff up Gordon's Hill together. By the time Luthor got to Wellsworth, Sir Topham Hatt was very pleased with him. "There is not a single bruise on these apples. I'm proud of you, Luthor, and now I've got another special for you." Luthor felt very relieved. He didn't even bother telling Sir Topham Hatt about his problem. "What's the next special for me, sir?" "You are to give Farmer McCall's cows a nice smooth ride to their new pen." "Yes, sir, right away, sir." And Luthor chuffed away. Farmer McCall had so many cows that needed to be taken across the island. Luthor came in and buffered up to the cattle car. Farmer McCall had advised Luthor to give them a nice, smooth ride across the line. And just like last time, Luthor had to encounter Gordon's Hill again. "I'm sure I can do it. I can do it." And just like before, Luthor's pistons rocked, his traction rods rattled, his whole body began swaying side to side. And this causes the poor old engine to stop. "Bother!" Edward was busy with odd jobs, so Gordon came to the rescue. Luthor told him about his rattling, and instead of getting annoyed because he wasn't pulling the express, Gordon decided to help. And so, the cows were soon safely delivered to their new field, ready to make more milk than ever. By the time Luthor came back to Knapford, Sir Topham Hatt had a very important special for him. "Today is Lady Hatt's birthday, so I would like you to take us to the Skarloey Railway to celebrate." "Yes, sir. I'll see what I can do." But Luthor had forgotten that the track up to the Skarloey Railway led up to a steep hill. He felt a little more worried than ever, but he didn't want to let them down. "To the top! To the top! I can do it!" His boiler was shuddering even more than ever. Oh no, I don't like this. Oh no. The picnic camper inside the coach burst open, and Sir Topham and Lady Hats were soon flung around like peas in a frying pan. Luthor knew he could not go on much further. This time he had to stop again. Sir Topham Hatt came to inspect Luthor. He was worried for his engine. "You're a fine engine, Luthor, but you're no longer a smooth one. So, looks like I'm sending you back to the Powerpuff Girls fan base. That's the place for bumpy and troublesome engines like you." No, please, sir. I can explain." Sir Topham Hatt listened. "I only rattle and shake when I go up hills. I'm an old engine. Well, not as old as Edward, but still, please don't send me back to the Powerpuff Girls fan base. It was scary for once after a couple of years." "I'll see what I can do for you, Luthor. You are a very special engine, to say the least." Sir Topham Hatt's plans were soon put into action as the Scottish twin engines Donald and Douglas pulled Luthor to the Sodor Steamworks. As the twins shunted Luthor to the Sodor Steamworks, Victor was surprised to see him.
"Flamin' fireboxes, Luthor. What's happened now?"
"Ugh, aye, Victor. He has a problem. He rattles and shakes when he goes up hills."
"Which is why I brought in a special engineer to help fix you." That's good. It's a pleasure to see you on Sodor again, Luthor." "Yeah, thanks for reminding, Victor. It's good to see you again, too." After Luthor was repaired, he could now take Sir Topham and Lady Hat to the Skarloey Railway. This time, he arrived safely without rattling and shaking. He definitely agreed that hopefully he never has another problem like this ever again.